Big Will.
In the building.
Big Will.
In the building.
That is what is up.
What is happening, man?
Is this real?
Listen.
Is this really the first time we've had a chance to talk about new music?
Yes.
In 10 years?
10 years. I know, man. I've been away doing some other stuff.
That's not good enough, man.
But I've been making kids and stuff. Making kids, that it takes a little bit of your attention.
I couldn't have had other stuff as the only excuse. There's the headline right there.
Oh,
preoccupied with other stuff.
Will Smith been doing other stuff.
It's good. Well, it's good to see you back in the building with music to talk about.
Yeah, man. I'm at the beginning of this process. Shaking the rust off, knocking the dust off.
No, fire in the belly. You chose a big one to jump on. This Bomba Stereo record doesn't play.
Yeah, I love that thing, man. I was in Colombia with Mark Anthony. So he was down there. He was doing a couple concerts. I rolled down with him. And Bomba Stereo had this record called Fuego. And I was like, yo, that joint is crazy. And I was listening to that. And then I came back and almost completely unrelated. My manager was friends with the head of their record company. And then I heard that Fiesta joint and I was like, okay, I'm on it. I think they're going to pull me back. I think they keep pulling me back in.
But this synergy, this happenstance that seems to occur in your life is full of these little pinpoints and moments where it's like things happen for the right time at the right reason.
Yeah. There's been a lot of that in my life, things happening and meeting people just at the perfect moment and the perfect time for things to go well. It's a good magnetism.
Like now.
Like this like right now. See, like this thing that's happening is crazy, right?
Boom!
It's like boom. I'm working on my magnetism, man.
Get out of my head.
That's what I'm doing.
The record is pure fire, man. And the thing is that when it starts out and it's got this wonderful kind of guitar line in it, I'd be happy with that. And then it does that drop that falls on your head like a big piece of concrete.
Wow, 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 wow,
and then, wait a minute, here it comes.
Here it comes.
Hola.
Hola. Hola, mamacita. Oh, yeah. Go give me a beer.
That's the opening line in 10 years right there.
I know, right?
Go give me a cold one.
Oh, man. I didn't even think about that. That is the first thing I said. That's the first thing I said on the record.
Go give me a cold fizzy one right now. I'm thirsty.
I'm about to spit something.
How did you feel when you got in the booth and you got the mix right in your headphones and you knew you were about to lay down a verse? And I don't know whether you have or haven't been sort of mucking around experimenting, but to know that ultimately this one was going to come out and you probably felt like it was.
Just terrified, man. Terrified. And it's crazy because it's like when you've had a certain amount of success, it seems like it should breed confidence, but it actually doesn't. Why
is that?
Case, you know what? It's the craziest thing. It's like when you win a lot and you lose the ability to lose. You're not allowed to lose anymore.
Right. Stakes too high.
Yeah, you actually lose the ability to create. Right? Because the reckless abandon, and it's something I'm getting back from watching my kids, they really don't care.
Right.
That kind of reckless abandon and that lack of fear and not trying to protect anything and not trying to live up to a legacy or anything like that.
That's just kind of being a grown-up. I mean, as you grow older, as you get older, and then you realize that actually, and it's not even just about making movies or making music, it could be in any occupation, owning a house, trying to get a house, trying to take care of your house, trying to maintain your bills, whatever it is. It makes it harder to go out there and take those risks.
Yeah, fear is the killer of creativity, man. And it's like, there's also a misconception about failing, right? It's like, no, you have to fail a lot.
Yeah.
You have to fail early, you have to fail often, and you have to fail forward, right? So I'm trying to get comfortable getting back to failing
forward. I love that.
Fail forward, because it's like, if you're not willing to fail, you're never going to put up that last shot. You
had a run where you didn't fail forward for a long time. Was there a sense, okay, first of all, not to try and kind of paint a negative slice on it, but, what was the moment when you realized you'd failed forward for the first time in a long time, and was there a sense of kind of relief to it, do you think?
It was the craziest thing. Like, After Earth was really the first time that I had like a massive public
execution,
a thoroughly and completely accepted failure,
failing forward.
Yeah, but with that Monday morning after that, I got right on the treadmill and I was like, for me, success and happiness starts with your body. I got on the treadmill that Monday morning.
Ran hot.
Top of the year, I jumped out of an airplane. I was like, you know what? No fear. Anything I'm scared of, I'm attacking. And I just got back into that mindset of being comfortable to go out there and fall on my face. If you're not willing to fall on your face, you can't create at a high level.
Will Smith has joined us right here at Beats One, the Beast One. We got one station, 100 countries right now, broadcasting all over the world, much of which you've seen.
I love that. Yes, I love traveling. I think traveling is one of the most important things to open and expand your mind. When you get stuck and you feel like your neighborhood is the world, you can really get lost in some false ideas.
What are some of your favorite parts of the world that you love to visit, that you learn the most about yourself and about the world whenever you visit?
I love Dubai, man. Like, they do it so big in the Emirates.
That's true.
They do it so big.
That's true.
And just how they're creating and all of that is such a...
It's Inception, man.
Right. And they the only thing that's acceptable is to build the best in the world with everything. And I just love that mentality and that mindset. It's easy when money's coming out of the ground.
Yep.
Yep.
Natural resources and infinite wealth is definitely useful. I've said the same thing when I went to Sydney recently. I was like, nobody works in this city. Natural resources are a win. That's
exactly. But it's I'm feeling good. I'm really inspired. And you're right now, creatively, my only struggles are figuring out a way to say the things that I want to say in a way that's still fun and inspiring,
Dre came out with Compton, and to me, one of the great things about that record was that what he was saying on that record was befitting somebody of his age and what he'd achieved.
Exactly,
He wasn't up there trying to keep pace with the young guys. I'm too old, I forgot I got it all. He's almost made senility a hip-hop thing, right? Which is interesting to me.
It's genius, man.
And so I think, and if you talk about an act, I'm sure you're familiar with Run the Jewels, who have a show on the station, We Run the Jewels. And again, they're having success at a point in their life, which many would have considered to be like, oh, well, that's when you downturn.
That's right.
And that's actually when they're blown up the most. I feel like hip-hop is aging.
Yeah, and
gracefully.
That's really interesting because this is the first real generation of hip hop artists that are turning 40 and 50 and want to keep spitting, and it's like I guess 40's the new 30 at least. Right. It might, maybe 50 might even be the new 30.
Let's just keep saying that.
We'll just keep saying it.
Just keep saying, make it a thing. Just make it a thing.
But so I'm definitely interested in pushing the envelope of spitting. How far can you go? And I'm gonna keep giving it a shot up till I'm 70 or 80 years old.
Well, dude, like I said, first time in 10 years we've had a chance to talk about new music and talk about the song Fiesta, which we played, and your verse in that, and when you sat down and you approached it, I guess you put pen to pad because that's how it used to be done.
Yeah, Jaden keeps telling me, he's like, Dad, just use your iPhone. Just
that's how they do it.
They do it on the iPhone. I was like, yes. And I'm like, come on, man, come on. You can't rap off your iPhone, man. Come on, just pen to pad, man. That's what it is. There you go. So then for one time he did what he did for me is, he took my pen to pad and he put it in the computer and then printed it out. So I was like, nah, it can't be in a font, man.
It's just the wrong font.
It's the font. You can't rap that font.
I mean, you look fantastic. You still obviously the picture of health, but you can't stop those from going. So can we just make that a size 22?
I know, right?
Size 22 Arial bold?
Yes. Can I get at least an 18 Helvetica, please?
Oh my God. Kids listening right now are like, fonts? What's a font? So listen, man, obviously there's still a lot of stuff to talk about, and in relation to new music and what you want to do and where you're at, just give us an idea of where your head's at in terms of making stuff. Now we got this record, it's out there, you got these guest bars on this record, it's yours in part now. What are you gonna do next?
I'm pretty much popping in the studio every day, and I'm looking for artists to collaborate with, and I'm just trying to still find that voice. I have so many things that I want to say, and I'm struggling with saying them in a way that fit the flavor of music that I tend to like, right? So I've been working hard, and I got a lot of young artists and young philosophers and stuff like that, just trying to help me extract the ideas from my mind and from my heart. Yeah, and just really, but I've probably recorded, I probably have 30 songs. I have 6 or 7 that I really really like that I'm trying to get the ideas to come out right.
And that's not even the end of it. Now it's like you get what you need in a body of work that you think is the duration that you want. That could be anywhere between 3 minutes and 300.
Absolutely.
And then it's like, how are we actually going to present this in a creative way?
Absolutely.
So it's the most creative time ever, I think, in terms of not just the way you can make music and technology at your fingertips and the art of collaboration, but also how do we present this?
Because you can do anything, in the
and we
world.
do on this station alone.
Yeah, right.
We'll do anything.
Exactly. Exactly. And there's a freedom in that I'm trying to get used to. I'm from the era of, 16 bars hook, 16 bars hook, bridge, hook out.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, that formula is still perfect, but it's like, when you get that moment that you love and you think, how can I get it into what I would consider to be the attention span?
Yeah.
Because the attention span is kind of a big measuring stick now for music fans. It's not even just necessarily about putting it in a shop front window now.
Yeah.
It's like, can you get it in the peripheral vision of people?
Yeah. So there's
that's busy.
And, it's almost, it's like trying to service ADD almost.
That's right.
Like the mindset is more like a computer. So the mind is able to take in more things. I see people today will watch a movie while they're texting and talking to the person beside them. Right. So it's more mind capacity, I think, even than it is attention. Right? It's the ability to actually create enjoyment for yourself across multiple platforms at a single moment. Is whatever I am is okay.
Yeah.
Whatever comes out is fine.
Yeah.
I don't have to judge it and I don't have to bend it and adjust it. It's like all I have to do is be authentic. All I have to do is, be me and live in a space where I'm inspired, and I have to trust that my inspiration will translate and hopefully inspire others.
Your family are a constant reminder of that.
Oh, God, yes.
Your kids, man. I mean, they are kids. I'm not even patronizing. Technically, they're kids.
They're kids, yeah.
And, Jaden and Willow and how they choose to live their life. I mean, they are fully formed in their head and they visualize things and they understand the power of energy and how to make things work. And talking to Jaden alone is a really valuable exercise for any human being of any age.
Oh, thank you, man.
He's an amazing kid, man.
No, he really is.
We love him.
I was looking at him the other day, and he's like one of the only individuals I've ever met that absolutely, thoroughly, and completely, authentically does not give a damn what somebody thinks about him.
I know.
Right? I know. And that is such a gift, because I'm looking in his eyes and I'm like, you're not pretending. You really don't care what I think.
Did you know that when he was born that he was that person?
You know what? I always felt that he was an artist. You can tell when someone has that artistic inspiration at a young age. I always knew he was an artist, but I'm really surprised and proud and terrified of how he's going out into the world.
He's going to do wonderful things. Both your kids are, no question. Everyone can tell. I think that is what is off-putting about them at that age. And for grown-ups, they look at them and go, well, that's precocious. What's wrong with that?
What's wrong? Yeah.
What's wrong with that?
Yeah.
Ultimately.
No, it's a very, very scary thing. And Willow is 14 years old. So, 14-year-old girl is very, very
I wouldn't know, but
terrifying for a father.
I have two boys and I wouldn't know, but I pity you.
Yeah.
I'm sorry about what you're going through. I feel for you.
Yeah, 14-year-old girl is rough, and especially one as certain about what she's doing and what she's not doing and, what she wants in her life. And for me, it's about just staying out of her way. And I'm learning as much from my kids about being authentic as I've ever learned from anybody.
They've lived a remarkable life already. I mean, we hope all our children do, that they're able to look back on their lives fondly and have had experiences that are unique to their own. Mm-hmm. But in your case, obviously, you're still a dad.
Yeah.
Jada's still a mum.
Yeah.
And irrespective of the circumstances under which, the children were born and the success that you've had, and congratulations for all of that, but it still comes with its challenges. And I wondered, how it has been for a father like yourself raising children in an environment like this, and they seem throughout all of their wonderful eccentricities and visions and ambitions and things that make them unique, they're still grounded and down to earth kids. And
we've been really blessed with that. Jada and I, we talk about it all the time. People say, you're growing up in Hollywood, it has to be terrible.
Is it?
Well, I grew up in Philly, as Jada grew up in Baltimore. So with the experiences of drugs and violence and the difficulty and pain that we grew up with, we actually consider Hollywood for our kids a lot less of a jungle than we grew up in. So we're very comfortable, and there's a certain amount of battering that you actually want your kids to have to sustain.
Yeah.
You know, there's a certain amount of
Controlled difficulties.
Absolutely. There's a certain amount of adversity that you actually hope for with your kids. So we're happy with the adversity that they're experiencing.
That was about right.
The levels are really good.
You know, it's great to have music from you. Before we let you go, we have to talk about, obviously, your other creative pursuits. You know, you're a movie producer, an executive producer, somebody who's involved in the creation of film, and also you are one of the remaining youthful-looking movie stars in existence right now. You know, because we got them up here, they old, and then you got them down here. They're getting there. Yeah. You're in the sweet spot.
Yeah, I'm feeling really good about this time in my career. I feel like as an artist in general, I have more options than I've ever had. I can do more things. I can still do an action movie. I got the Suicide Squad.
Yeah, it looks ridiculous.
Oh man, that thing is insane.
Yo, I mean, Jared's a buddy. I mean, we know what Jared's like as a person. Maybe you don't. Maybe you only know the Joker.
How about this? I've never actually met Jared Leto, right? So we worked together for 6 months, and we've never exchanged a word outside of action and cut. We've never said hello. We've never said good day. I've only ever spoken to him as Deadshot and him as the Joker. I literally have not met him yet. Right. So the first time I see him will be, hey, Jared, what's up? Well, hey, man, how you doing? Nice to meet you. Never. No, not a single word exchanged off camera. He was all in on the Joker.
It's probably a good thing he's a dick. I'm just kidding. He's super. He's a lovely guy, man. He's lovely guy, but you wouldn't know yet.
I'm looking forward to meeting him. I've only ever met the Joker.
It'd be a nice surprise.
Yeah.
So after Suicide Squad, can we ask you, there's always stuff in the pipeline, always stuff in the diary. We're Beats One. We're a fledgling little embryonic media platform reaching the world, and we have Will Smith, the world's biggest superstar, in the building. And what's going on? Is there anything we can tell us that we want to tell the world that'd make life good for us?
I got Concussion. Concussion is coming out this Christmas.
Yeah.
It's about the doctor who discovered the brain disease that NFL football players develop. So it's a really timely, and it's a pretty hard-hitting film.
That's a subject right now.
Yeah, man.
That's good. We'll take that. Tick. What else?
What else? Listen, I always keep it going, but the most important thing is I'm pretty certain I'm going on tour. Jeff and I actually never have done a full tour. Ever. So I was always on The Fresh Prince of Bel-Air. I was always either making a movie. So we've never actually done a full tour. So I'm looking this summer to be the first time that we go out on a full world tour.
Really?
Yeah.
Are you excited?
I'm terrified.
Have you ever slept on a bus before?
Listen, we've had, a week run here or 2 weeks there.
But never the whole way.
Never been the whole way on a tour.
You better get that music finished, man.
I know, right?
Otherwise, it's going to be a lot of hits.
No, I'm really ready, man. I got a whole lot of heart to share, and I'm excited about getting it into my music.
We're excited to have you here. Oh, I got to push it one more. I got to push it.
Listen, I'm here for you,
man. I got to push it one more. I've got Miguel over your shoulder right there. He's looking right down the barrel at me. I'm looking for him. He's going to raise the thumb. He's going to lower the thumb. He's like Caesar. He's going to hold it like that. He's going to hold like that. Here we go. I've heard a rumor.
Yeah.
It's just a rumor.
Just a rumor.
So I'm just going to lay it out there for you, nice and easy. I've heard a rumor.
It's a rumor.
Bad Boys.
Bad Boys. There is a.
Ooh, hang on. Whoa. Oh, he's on the ropes.
There's a very, very, very strong possibility that you will be seeing a Bad Boys within the next 12 to 16 months.
That is what I'm talking about right there. You didn't make it easy, respect.
Yeah, because I got to keep a stash. I'm trying to always hold on to something. You got to have a surprise.
Listen,
you got to be able to spring stuff.
The first time I met you, 8 minutes, I totally cocked that up. This time, it was good.
This was good, right?
I loved it.
You're the man. Appreciate you.